射管状态完成，升级潜望镜，升级潜望镜。倒数后发射，点火。所有船员注意，发射后进行分批离境。
One. The E-4B, also known as the Doomsday Plane, when the United States is under a nuclear attack, it can be directly transferred to the Air Command Center to execute more orders.
The place where information should have been set up, by design, to flow the best to the President of the United States.
Mr. President, what are you doing?
Nothing. Never mind.
Chairman, Director, this is the picture of the nuclear attack on Hawaii received 10 minutes ago.
Mr. President, I recommend we move to DFCON2.
Make it so. DIFCON 2.
I felt very much that we had indeed seen the face of evil.
It's NORAD. Los Angeles is now also under nuclear attack.
This is the Los Angeles Police Department. Please vacate the premises immediately for your own safety. People are advised to avoid the highways wherever possible.
Communications with the cities are down.
We believe LA is a total loss.
The country was still in shock. President basically has to set the tone.
I feel that God fooled me again in a terrible way. My wife and daughter died in a car accident. My eldest son died of cancer. My path.
Because Washington is under nuclear attack.
What?
None of us will ever forget this day.
Mr. President, Hawaii, LA, and Washington destroyed.
3 missiles arrived in New York 15 minutes.
Our prayers go out to the New York City and people. God help us all, but him. Sleepy Joe first came to power by the COVID-19, then the economic crisis, then the Afghanistan, and now the nuclear war. Biden is the worst president in American history, and he's still no shame. Fuck Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon.
Mr. Trump, please follow us on the helicopter immediately.
Was under attack.
The most important thing now is the president's safety.
Mr. President, we need you to initiate snapdown.
We've moved as many of our forces away from new bases as possible, but we've already sustained heavy losses. I spoke with the generals at NORAD. They agree we must counterattack with a full nuclear strike.
What happens then?
We prepare to take out their land-based missiles with a nuclear strike, find them kill their ships, knock out the planes. Then led by Admiral Thomas out the northern expedition to wipe out the remnants.
Good God, a lot of people died today. How many more people will die?
For the love of God, Mr. President, tens of millions of Americans have been killed, more than 9/11. This was an act of war. Chinese knows to an absolute certainty that we will respond against his cities. That suggested that there might be a second wave coming at us.
30 million people died on your watch. War is not something you want to get into if you can avoid it. But we tend to be an aggressive nation.
Especially when we have been aggressed against.
Sir, DFCON1, we're out of time. Mr. President.
My job as president was to protect the country. Do it.
Admiral Thomas, strike order has been confirmed. How close are the bombers? They're slipping in and out of radar over China. Activate the Navy missile regiments.
I'm giving the order for snap count. Maximum readiness.
Start the football sequence. Before the order can be taken, an ID check must be performed.
The Chinese have carried out a series of brutal and inhuman nuclear attacks, and now they are the enemy of the United States. Nuke them. Let's nuke the bastards.
Mr. President, now there is a problem.
They gave us a dozen. We returned 10 dozen warheads. I gave the order to strike.
Strike? I'm sorry, sir. Monsoon problem.
Monsoon.
The first wave of nuclear attacks has been determined to be 46 cities in northern China, including 132 military targets.
The NORAD has just calculated that 120 nuclear bombs attacked China. Under the northeast monsoon, the deadly radioactive dust will fall out of South Korea within 12 hours.
And the fallout will reach to Japan in 36 hours.
Within 100 hours, fallout will spread to Taiwan and southern China. We will put the entire coalition in trouble.
What are you asking of me? Back down.
Within 72 hours, the monsoon will weaken and change to the southwest wind.
By 72 hours on the approved list.
However, it is estimated that 15 to 30% of radioactive dust may fall in Russia.
Clearly tired and stressed out myself. You are trying to figure out what the next steps were.
And we wanted to make sure that the Russians understood we weren't aiming any of that weaponry at them.
If we alert our forces and the Russians alert theirs, and we alert and they alert, it's not long before you're actually at a state of war.
During the 9/11 incident, former President Bush had a phone call with President Putin.
How does he answer?
Putin had reacted in the right way. In a crisis of that magnitude,
Obviously has the tandem effect of excluding humans. Get President Putin on the hotline.
Не волнуйтесь, мы снизим тревогу и отменим учения.
Оборона ВВС России находится в состоянии повышенной готовности. И американские ядерные атаки, кажется, произойдут в любой момент.
Как наш Инджелджиктау